Tonight, Tampa Bay opens a critical 9-game homestand with just 23 games remaining on the schedule and their playoff hopes hanging in the balance. The Rays will send their ace, Blake Snell, to the hill, looking to continue his Cy Young charge and pick up win number 18. Fresh off a 5-3 road trip, tonight the Rays open this homestand at Tropicana Field, where they have won 8 consecutive games, and it begins with the Baltimore Orioles in tonight, game 1 between the Rays and Baltimore. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. So good to have you with us tonight as the Rays begin this trek at home, the second to the last homestand. And on the mound, Blake Snell, and I'm going to tell you what a great month of August he had. So good that he has catapulted himself right into the middle of the Cy Young Award contention.
Listen, I think that race and I think the stretch run has really brought the best out in Blake Snell. You look over, really you could take any number of starts you want, but let's look at the last 5. Perfect 5-0 record and an ERA sub-1. 28 2/3 innings. He's given up just 16 hits. That works its way out to a 165 average, and his strikeout to walk ratio is 8-1. 40 punch-outs, just 5 walks. You're talking about elite stuff with fantastic pitchability. Those are the numbers that you get.
And how good has he been here? Well, dating back up to the end of last year, 14 consecutive home starts. He's given up 1 earned run or no earned runs at all. And this year in 11 starts, 8-1 at home. Very, very good for the Rays' big left-hander. Also hot at the end of that road trip for the Rays, Kevin Kiermaier swinging a very good bat. Rich Hollenberg will dig into that when we return.
Baltimore Orioles. Kiermaier himself coming off a big night offensively in the Rays' last game against Toronto north of the border. Not one, but 2 home runs in that game. Big fly twice for Kiermaier. Our Coors Light refreshing finish looks back at that pair of 400-footers, and that continues an upward trend for Kiermaier, batting .538, 7 for his last 13 in the month of September, including 4 extra base hits. No one knows Kiermaier better than Kiermaier, so here's Kevin on Kevin.
I'm not changing too much mechanically. It's just the effort level is toned down, and there's a saying we like to use in baseball, less is more. So when saying that, you know, less movement up at the plate, less effort, not trying as hard, all that has come into me slowing the game down a lot more.
That's the Outlaw doing outlaw things. He's batting 6th tonight against Dylan Bundy and the O's. Blake Snell goes for win number 18, which would be more than any pitcher in a season in Rays history not named David Price. Under 4 minutes to go. Dwayne and BA have the call. Coming up next.
It will be the Cy Young Award candidate, Blake Snell, headed to the mound tonight for the Rays to open this series and the homestand against the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore coming in 41-99 on the year with a little different look after all the deals they've made. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for Baltimore, presented by your local Ford dealers. Cedric Mullins will lead it off in center. Joey Rickard back from the minor leagues. He'll be in right field with Jonathan Villar hitting third. Trey Mancini's at first, the cleanup man. Tim Beckham will DH. Renato Nunez at third. John Andreoli is at left field. It will be Breivik Valera at shortstop hitting eighth. Austin Wins will do the catching in Bad Night.
Well, and for Blake Snell, let's take a look at the scouting report. And Dwayne, you already hit on it. Cy Young drama. There is certainly going to be that at the end of the season. And Blake Snell firmly in the mix and owns the Trop. Going off those numbers you were talking about, from September 12th of last season through the present time, 14 starts, he's given up 9 earned runs in 86 2/3 innings.
And the first pitch of this game, taken for a strike, a 97-mile-per-hour fastball into Mullins. Foul right back, out of play it goes, 0-2.
We were talking about those starts, those 14 starts before the game. The team record in the 14 starts is 11-3, and the 3 games in which the Rays dropped with Blake starting at home, the final scores were 2-1, 1-0, and 1-0. I mean, you almost have to be perfect to beat him here in this building.
It's a pitch high, and this year 8-1 with a 1.06 ERA at home. 17-5 overall. That means 9-4 on the road. Ooh, very close right there. Dropped down a little bit. 2-2. Field and Colbreth calling the balls and strikes. Veteran out of South Carolina. Made his debut in the big leagues in 1993. Pop-up foul. That's headed for the stands. Holds the count at 2-2. Strike call, breaking pitch in there on the corner, and Mullins caught looking.
Well, Blake Snell going back and forth with the fastball curveball to finish out this at bat. There's the curve, and he's able to keep it just on that inside corner and gets Mullins. You know, that's the thing with Blake Snell, the fastball. He's got the slider, curveball, changeup, 4 elite pitches. He understands how to use them.
Well, here's Joey Rickard. He's playing right field, and he takes that pitch in there for a strike, another breaking ball. Well, Rickard might be the big test. As we all know, he was in the Rays farm system. The Orioles took him in a Rule 5 pick a few years ago, and it seems that every time the Rays play the Orioles, he's up there, whether he'd been in the minor leagues the day before or not. They get him up here, and he swings the bat well against the Rays. 0-2 right now against Blake Snell. And that will take care of him. He is out on strikes on the appeal. That's Conroy down at first, and nope, he did not check.
You know what? Keep your eye on this. Keep your eye on this. We're not only for this ball game here, but for the series. And what Blake Snell did here, Dwayne, and he did go too far, he pitched him backwards. Curveball to start, fastball up to finish him. I think one of the main reasons that the Baltimore Orioles have had success off of Rays pitching here in 2018, they're a fastball hitting team. The Rays have attacked them with a lot of fastballs, and so I would expect there to be a little shifting of the gears in this series.
Jonathan Villar swings and misses. Powered that by him at 98. There's Buck Showalter, the manager. It's been a trying year for Showalter and the Orioles. As we mentioned, their record coming in right now sitting at 99 losses. And a wave and a miss. Again, a fastball. This one taking it up a little bit.
And that's the thing. You know this team wants to hunt the heater. So, okay, it doesn't mean you don't throw it. You just get it in those areas where they can't do anything with it. And Blake Snell, very good at doing that.
And a little bit of that one on the breaking ball. Still a 2-strike count to Villar.
Got a little bit of Shufo on the foul tip.
Well, given a couple of moments there by Field and Colbreth. Well, it doesn't take long for catchers and umpires to develop that relationship. And Shufo just making his major league debut on the Rays road trip. Already has a bond with Colbreth. The 0-2. Foul ball. Strikeout of Mullins on a breaking ball. Rickard on the fastball up. Now 2 strikes on Villar.
You can come right back, by the way, with that fastball elevated. You know, you've got 2 hooks. You've changed the eyesight. Maybe he's going to go another breaking ball.
And it's down 1-2.
Yeah, you think about the pitch that he swung at for strike 2, and all of a sudden you lower the eyesight and you slow him down a little bit with a couple of curveballs, and then even that slider. Well, now you can come right back up to the top of that zone with that 97, 98 and get him chasing. That's exactly what they're going to do.
And he fouls it. It's 98 above the zone, fouled out of play.
I mean, think about all of that room that you have to cover if you're a hitter, where you're going with that fastball right up there at the top, and then the breaking ball all the way to the bottom, maybe just below. And then, by the way, you've got the range of the different speeds
Already in play, all of it. And did he go? Check that time, says Conroy.
It just puts so much stress on a hitter. They can't just look in one area. They can't just look for one speed. They've got to be able to cover it all. They can't do that. That's why guys like Blake Snell that know what they're doing with elite stuff put up the kind of numbers that they do.
Yeah, and if you do all that looking, you get call looking because that ball's on you in a hurry here. Oh, very close right there. Just down. And the count is full.
Boy, Blake had that strike 3. It very easily could have been called strike 3. A heater right at the bottom.
3-2 now. A little tap, that'll be foul.
Now, that's the thing. See, that's the thing about Blake that I think sets him apart. Not with all that great stuff. After that entire at-bat, how many changeups has he thrown in this ball game? 1.
Yep.
And it was that one in a full count.
Yep.
I mean, he is not afraid to throw the off-speed in counts you wouldn't expect.
And that's a little soft liner going to fall for a base hit over the head of Adames. Pham returns it to the infield, and Villar's aboard with a 2-out single.
Let's take a quick look at the Rays defense and see how it's going to line up. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we've got Tommy Pham, Kevin Kiermaier, and Malik Smith. And across that infield, third to first, Matt Duffy, Willie Adames, Joey Wendell, and Jake Bowers, with Nick Schufo behind the plate.
Now Trey Mancini. We've already mentioned Rickard and the way he swings the bat against the Rays. This guy, Mancini, has 4 home runs this year in 16 games against the Rays. 21 overall. He fouls it back, a fastball for a strike.
Well, he's become one of those guys that Buck Showalter is going to lean on in this new look Oriole offense. You know, for the longest time, the Orioles ran out. I mean, it was the same guys year in and year out. They didn't have much change at all. Well, now it's all new.
And a little piece of it fouled, rolling back to the bottom of the stands. 0-2 count. Blake just over 20 pitches. Of the first 10 pitches he threw tonight, 8 were strikes. This will be pitch number 22 of the inning. And he strikes out Mancini. Throws it right by him. He strikes out the side, gives up the base hit, and the man left. Malik Smith will open it for the Rays when we come back for the bottom of the first. Baltimore, rest of the lineup presented by your local Ford dealer. Matt Duffy follows, and then G-Man Choi, the DH. Tommy Pham in there hitting cleanup with Joey Wendell following, and Kevin Kiermaier hitting sixth. The Damas, Bowers, and Schufo rounding out the Rays lineup tonight.
Well, Dylan Bundy makes his 27th start of the season. He's 7-13, ERA of 5.36. Last win came on July the 29th, and that was against the Rays.
And the first pitch to Malik Smith is a ball.
Well, I'll tell you, since then it has been a struggle. Prone to the long ball, will give up the stolen base.
And he is behind Malik's 2-0. 35 home runs, and in his last 5 games, his earned run average is over 10. Foul ball back, 2-1.
Well, he does not have elite power stuff, but he comes right after you. You know, the fastball, pretty straight. He's also going to feature, a changeup, slider, curveball, pretty standard fare, but none of it particularly elite, overpowering. But he comes right after you, so you're going to get some chances to put some good swings.
And he's a guy you can get to early. His ERA in the first inning is 7.92.
Yeah, well, and you see that a lot with guys that aren't overpowering. They don't come in out of the bullpen completely locked in yet.
It's popped up, foul, will carry out of play.
You're talking about what we've seen here tonight, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, does not have a lot of sink, does not have a lot of run, pretty straight. So when those miss out over the plate, and points get put up pretty quick.
And again, a foul ball. So another 3-2 pitch coming to Malik's. Well, the Rays, as we mentioned at the outset, winning 8 straight here at home. They're 41-24 now at Tropicana Field. And Malik's is out on strikes. That ball started wide and caught the zone, caught him looking.
Well, and they actually wanted to tuck that one in behind Malik's. Watch where Wins is set up. It ends up being a backdoor slider and a pretty good one right on the outer third. Gets the call.
There's Matt Duffy. Matt batting .296. Fouls it back. Duffy just out of the top 10 in hitting. One ball, one strike. Too low, 2-1. Two balls, two strikes. And strike 3 called. So Duffy caught looking. 2 up, 2 down.
A couple of lockups on sliders from Bundy to start this one off. Let's take a quick look at the O defense, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield left to right, we've got John Andrioli, Cedric Mullins, and Joey Rickard. And across that infield, third to first, Renato Nunez, Breivik Valera, Jonathan Villar, and Trey Mancini, with Austin Wins back behind the plate.
G-Man Choi. Hitting .269. 1. The first weekend of the month, Choi hitting .333 for September, 6 of 18 with the home run. Now down in the count, takes a curveball there. Seen the slider a couple times for the strikeout pitch. 2-2.
Well, both of these starters here tonight, not afraid to go to the off speed early in the ball game. You know, the Rays can turn around some fastballs too. So Dylan Bundy coming in with some curveballs, some sliders, different look.
And now the count is full.
Boy, that thing is received by Austin Wynns a little bit cleaner, and this inning could be over. That pitch was right there.
And he takes ball 4. That was close as well. Very close pitch. Choi draws the walk. Now it'll be Tommy Pham. Pham 257 overall with 16 home runs combined between the Cardinals and the Rays. And a 10-game streak going. It's fouled out of play.
We were talking about him in the pregame show, and there's that 10-game hitting streak. Look at the numbers: 419, couple of homers. He's got a couple of doubles, 2 triples, 9 driven in. He's scored 10 times.
And he takes a pitch close for a ball, 1-1. Tell you the other thing he's shown, you know, he keeps getting these, and you referenced it early, all these different injuries. They're nagging injuries,
yeah.
And he comes right back from them. He wants to swing the bat, wants to get in that lineup.
Well, loves to play the game, you know, and they're frustrating injuries. He takes a breaking ball off the foot. I think, okay, maybe it's well, no, it's a hairline fracture, and you're going to be out a little while. Then you come back, and on a pickoff attempt, you dive into first base, dislocate a finger. Okay, now I'm going to miss a couple of more games. You know, just annoying, nagging injuries. But here he's settled in nicely and is being very productive.
And that's a strike on the edge right there. 2-2. And a cut and a miss on the fastball, and Bundy, who had struggled in the first, strikes out the side as well. No score onto the second. Legend Roberto Clemente. Saturday, September 15th, the Rays take on the Oakland A's. The Rays will be honoring their Roberto Clemente Award nominee, and fans who bring in canned goods will benefit Feeding Tampa Bay, receive a ticket voucher for 2019 home game. Visit RaysBaseball.com. Tim Beckham at strike one. Beckham serving as the designated hitter tonight. He has 10 home runs on the year. Fouls it back. 0-2. Snell made 22 pitches in the first inning and was 4 of 4 in first pitch strikes, now ahead of Beckham. 1-2, and as we've discussed before, BA, when he gets to the point where he's consistent with that first pitch strike, you have to believe he could be even better than he is now. And boy, he'd have to go some to be better than he's been now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Could he be better?
Right. You start to wonder, is it even possible? You know, I think one of the things that makes Blake so effective is when he does fall behind, the willingness, like I said, to come with an off-speed pitch. You know, you look at some of the different counts, 2-0 count, it's a hitter's count, fastball count. Those the changeup almost 45% of the time in that count.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You know,
just amazing.
And it's all those counts where he's behind that he's willing to do that. That, as much as it gets you back into the count, it starts to mess with the hitter's mind, because they're going, wait a minute, if he's throwing me a 2-0 changeup and a 2-1 changeup, we've already seen him throw a full count changeup, then you're like, this guy's willing to throw anything at any time. And with his stuff, that's called setting yourself up to be dominated.
Yep. He thought he had strike three here on that 1-2 pitch that appeared to be right there at the knees, and that one is a fastball on the corner. So a couple pitches later, he does get the strikeout on the corner against Beckham.
And look where he worked Beckham. Started him fastball elevated. Couple of breaking balls down, one of them down and in, and then a fastball right on the outside corner. You've got to defend the entire strike zone and all of those pitches and all that elite velocity.
There's Renato Nunez. And a swing and a miss. Fastball at 97.
And every single first pitch fastball that he's come with has been elevated. Like, here, I'm going to give you the fastball, but I'm going to put it in an area that you're not going to be able to do anything with it.
It's 1-1.
You know, here's the other thing. We talk about the stuff and the approach and pitching backwards at times. How about just the physical side? The release point so high up, driving that ball downhill.
Yeah, I mean, that thing is cutting through planes that other pitchers can only dream about.
He has the highest release point in Major League Baseball. And so now you think about all that stuff and all the approach, and then think about the angles. Think about the angles. I mean, this kid has it all working for him, no doubt.
Foul right back, fastball there. Still a ball, 2 strikes.
There seems to be a maturity level too, and a presence on the mound now, where he, you know, gives that I'm in complete control.
And a little piece of that one just foul. I thought about that because there have been a couple pitches already that probably were strikes and he didn't get the call. And Fielding Colbrith is consistent that way. He's not prone to give you a lot of room around that plate. So he's going to make you throw a strike. And Snell didn't even flinch. He went right back to work with the next pitch. He's pitch by pitch focused. Now 2-2. Both pitchers struck out the side in the first. Snell got Beckham looking to begin the second. He's 2-2 with Nunez. A little chopper, fair ball, and taking it unassisted. Bowers. 2 gone. The 2 up, 2 down here in the second inning. And in regard to Blake Snell, our Toyota inside look tells the story right up and down the line, and you can see why he would be in the middle of the Cy Young conversation.
Well, the wins only trailing Corey Kluber, who has 18. The ERA, I mean, barely over 2 opponent average. WHIP, walks and hits per inning pitch, which means he's not giving up a whole lot of base runners. And you limit opportunities, you keep the ball in the yard, and you put yourself in position to win.
John Andreoli.
You know a little something about that, don't you, Wayne?
I think it's a good place to be positioned to win.
Every time that comes out of my mouth, that's all I can think of is the book.
I'm going to have to start paying you. I hope it's a good read. Two balls, no strikes the count.
Yes, 'tis the season.
Football season.
It is.
College football.
They had a big win over that university from down in South Florida. Not the South Florida.
Yeah.
The Hurricanes, if
That's
you will.
right. I wonder if Gossman left that in the locker room. Might have been left over.
You know what? Yeah.
He was traded to Atlanta.
That's right. I think that's what was tomorrow's scheduled starter. Now, Dwayne, let's break this down. This is Hess pregame. He got a step on his man. Whoa. There are 2 things that happened there that really bad. First of all, the coverage was quit. The guy quit on the coverage. And then my man Hess did his best Corey Coleman impression.
Oh, strike 3. Yeah, he's supposed to start tomorrow. We'll see. Andreoli caught looking. 5 strikeouts for Snell. No score. Presented by your local Honda dealers. We'll hear from Joey Wendell, who's in the middle of the Rookie of the Year chase, and the rest is we'll break down Trey Mancini to figure out his success against the Rays. There's a breaking ball taken by Joey Wendell for a strike. Bundy's out in front. Wendell, Kiermaier, and then Willie Adames. Rays had a base runner in the first, 2-out walk to Choi when Dylan Bundy struck out the side. High fly ball back into center. And Mullen is there and makes the catch. Cedric Mullins in center field. Look at Kevin Kiermaier up there. A little different look in center field with Mullins instead of Jones.
Yeah, I mean, all around. You know, you look at some of the names that this team, you know, Jonathan Scope, Gossman, Darren O'Day, Brad Brock, Zach Britton, Manny Machado.
Yep.
I mean, it's a complete different look. And, you know, we've talked about this all season long. When they went out and signed Cashner and Cobb, the thought was they're going to make one last run as a group. And then obviously got off to such a bad start. Now it's like, well, do we make the trades? And obviously the answer was yes.
Yeah, and what they've tried to do is beef up their farm system with these deals as best they could. They have acquired a ton of young talent at all levels of the minor leagues. Kiermaier takes the ball. He's way up in the count. 3-1. Villar came over in the Scope deal. Villar in the Machado deal. That's going to be a tough opportunity. Gets by Nunez. And if Kiermaier had seen that, I'm sure he would have taken off for second.
Yep.
But he's on. The Rays have a base runner.
Yeah, it's one thing to not have a play. It's another thing to just let that ball roll by you, because you're right. If Kevin Kiermaier is even remotely thinking about that, he's going to be at second base. How about this, laying down the bunt way up in the count like he was. Now, you don't have a play, but you don't need to do that.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen outfielders get turned around on fly balls. Might be the first time I've seen an infielder get turned around on a bunt. And here's Adames.
He hurdled it.
1 ball, no strikes.
And somewhere deep inside, hoping that it somehow took a left turn and ended up in foul territory, but that clearly was not going to happen.
Yeah, that had to have been a meteor-sized divot in there to get that ball to bounce foul. So the Rays have their first hit of the game. Bunt single. Speed at first. Pitch fouled away. 1-1.
Well, that gives you some options. You know, you can put Kiermaier in motion. You know, with him being held on, obviously that widens the hole on the right side for Adames. If you wanted to play that type of game, you could try to steal outright. Opposing base stealers are 16 out of 19 against Bundy.
It's upstairs. 2-1. Adames with a couple of at-bats against Bundy in his career. 0 for 2 against him. As we mentioned, Bundy last faced the Rays on the 29th of July, and that's his only win since June the 23rd. Kiermaier back in. It high. August turned out to be overall a good month for Adames. He got off to a pretty good start in September. He's 5 of 14 in September.
You find that formula that works and you try to ride it as long as you can.
There goes Kiermaier. Breaking ball, and the throw down's going to get him. He is out at second base. VR takes care of that, taking the throw from Wins.
Boy, that was good job there by Austin Wins, handling that breaking ball and getting it down to second base as quickly as he did. Slides inside, grabs and throws. Right there, plenty of time.
Taking the other way foul. We'll see another 3-2 pitch. Fourth time Kiermaier has been caught this year in 13 attempts. And a line drive base hit into left. Andreoli to his right to come up with it. So Adames has a 2-out single.
Got to take advantage of those mistakes out over the plate. That's the bottom line. Any hitter will tell you that. Typically during the course of an at-bat, you're going to get one of them. Adames gets one here. That's right down the middle. And he ropes it into left.
Now Jake Bauers. Jake hitting 194. It's a pop foul into the seats. Nine home runs on the year for Bauers. Stayed wide. The curveball attempt there. Two and one. Well, that ninth home run for Bauers, as you look at Schufo on deck. Bauers hit his ninth home run on the first day of August. So it's been a while since he's connected. And he takes ball 3, 3-1. He's at the point now where, boy, he just loved to hit the ball hard consistently and get that feel going again.
Well, you know what? You've got a count to do it in. And Bundy behind Bauers here 3-1. So you're going to get something. They're going to come off speed. Looks like a changeup.
And it's ball 4. Off the plate away. 2 men on with 2 men out.
Continues to struggle with the strike zone. How about this? We're in the second inning. Ray's not on the board yet. Bundy, more balls than strikes.
And now Nick Schufo, who joined the Rays on the road, making his major league debut on that road trip. He's picked up his first big league hit. And this is his first time up at Tropicana Field. Takes a pitch inside, 1-0.
And again, you're trying to throw that pitch down and away. That's the staple of a pitcher. Fastball down and away, and he pulls it all the way across the plate. So right now, whether it's mechanics, release point, Bundy having a hard time finding it.
High fly ball back into right. Well hit. That ball is gone. Schufo's first major league home run. And the Rays lead 3-0. The rookie catcher Nick Schufo connects for the first time in a big league uniform. His first at bat here at Tropicana Field. I think he likes to hit here. 3-0 Rays. Nice moment for the Rays rookie. And the Rays break out on top. And here's Malik Smith. Ground ball, right side. Villar takes care of that. And the Rays are finished in the second, but they pick up 3 on the home run by Shufo. Comes on a 1-0 pitch. And at the end of 2, the Rays lead 3-0. Rays lead 3-0 on Nick Shofu's first home run. Shofo hit that 1-0 pitch out, and the Rays are up by 3. Valera leads it off. Fouls it out of play, and that's going to run the count to 0-2. Breivik Valera. And then Austin Wynns, followed by Cedric Mullins. It's fouled out of play.
You know what you wonder about that home run is if Dylan Bundy, for even a split second, has thought about the pitch selection or even the location. You know, you've got a guy out there that's struggling with command, and you're behind in the count 1-0, and you're going to try to, force a fastball in.
And that's out number 1 here on the ground ball. Valera's out of there. We'll take a look at the home run by Shufo here.
Just get it to the right spot. Again, Austin Wynns, when you saw him slide in to get that fastball, you thought to yourself, this is a risky pitch because you don't have a lot of margin for error. And if you miss even just a little bit, a guy like Shufo is going to go ahead and take a big swing and has the ability to do exactly what he just did in those 3-run homers. And Baltimore fans will tell you, used to be the old Earl Weaver days, 3-run homers are the killers.
Yeah, that's what they played for all the time.
Especially with 2 outs. There were 2 outs, nobody on. And the Rays were able to scratch out 3.
Tapper by Wynns. A foul ball. Takes the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still 1-2. Chufo in the minor leagues this year showed some power. There's a base hit by Wins. And he's made steady progress from the offensive side of his game. The Rays really love the way he handles himself behind the plate. In 60 games, he hit a little over 260 with 5 home runs at AAA. And gets his first big league home run here tonight to put the Rays on top. Now the top of the order for Blake Snell. Rick Mullins looks at strike one. Fastball is high. 1-1. Now Blake started the night with his ERA at 2.02. Third best in the major league, second in the American League, and it's under 2 right now at 199. And through 10 hitters, he has 8 first pitch strikes.
Way above his season average.
It's the strike zone there, and it's 2-2.
He's, you know, the first pitch strike percentage between 2018 2017 is about the same, but the one thing that he's not allowed to have happen is for counts to get out of control. He gets himself right back in, even if he's not getting those first pitches over.
And a close pitch misses. It's 3-2.
Well, how many times have you said that here tonight already?
It's a Field and Colbert night.
A little tight.
Ground ball short in front of it. Adames. Wendell 1. Bowers 2. 6-4-3 on the double play. Ball game moves into the home after third. 3-0 Rays.
Home run, his first game as a pro inside Tropicana Field, and Mom is here to witness that 3-run homer. Kim Chufo, congratulations. It must be a thrilling night for you. What was it like watching your son hit that 3-run bomb?
Yeah, I was really excited. I'm speechless, and usually I'm never speechless. I wish, you know, his grandfather could be here, and but you know, it's been a long road, and we've had so much help from so many people, so many coaches and the scouts, and his agents have everybody's always there. It's taken a whole lot of people to help and to work with Nicholas.
And now you've got terrific seats. We're about 6 rows back from behind home plate, but about 10 rows behind us, there's about 15 other friends and family members here to support him.
Yes, his friends came from Charleston, and that, you know, been with him since he was 8 years old, and his best friend Audrey Bowman and her mom are here, so we're real excited. But I actually bought a ticket so I could sit away, but you know, so we're very excited. We feel very blessed.
You've been a baseball mom your entire life. You were telling me before we came on camera. Where does this moment rank for you in all the baseball memories you already have?
Honestly, the best baseball moment was when they won the high school state championship. But this is surreal. I mean, I'm just glad I'm not having to work in the concession stand and clean the bathrooms and, you know, work for Coach Hayes. And that I just wish Coach Hayes could be here. That's, you know, John Hayes that we worked with to get this far, and his agents, and we're just so excited. And he's worked really hard, and it's been a long road, and we'll just keep trying and hoping we'll keep on.
Well, it's all paying dividends, Kim. Congratulations, and I'm so glad you're here to witness this memorable moment. Dwayne, it's a family affair for the Chufos.
Sure is. I'll tell you, they're out in full force. His dad got to see him up in on that road trip, pick up that first big league hit up in Toronto, and the first big league home run here tonight. So he's getting all of those out of the way early. I like that. That's a good strategy.
And then you could just relax and go play.
That's right.
Pressure is off.
Joey fouls it into the screen, counts a ball, 2 strikes on him. Rays scored 3 on that home run in the second inning. We're in the bottom of the third with that 3-0 lead. Joey takes ball 2. The breaking pitch bounces away. Foul ball to continue the at bat. Well, Choi has had an opportunity here, presented to him by the Rays.
Look who it is.
Yeah, hey, there's O down there.
The big O down with the fam.
Mm-hmm. And a pitch wide, 3-2.
They better keep their eyes on their chips.
That's right.
Cookies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he has extra big pockets on that jacket, and you never know what's going to be in there.
We've caught it. We've caught him
Yes, we
doing.
have.
There is video evidence.
Yep. We have indeed. Just strolling by and the wandering hand.
That's
there
right.
goes.
That's right. On the way to the set.
Yeah, you know, he talks about how smooth he was at first base. No.
Yeah.
Nothing like this.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay, there's ball 4. So after falling behind in the count, Joey walks for the second time. He'll head to first. Tommy Pham will come to the plate. The home run given up by Bundy in the second inning was the 36th he's given up this year. So he's been struck by the long ball quite often. Pham gets his foot out of the way of that one. Puts down and in. Want to know the count.
And still having trouble not only finding the strike zone, but even when he does, the quality of strike has not been very good. More balls than strikes. Here we are in the third inning. Rays finally being able to cash in. Right there, you could see the wheels turning, trying to figure it out because it has not been smooth sailing for Bundy, and trying to figure out how can I get to where I can deliver the baseball to the areas that I need to.
3-0.
And this is the stuff that drives your manager, your pitching coach crazy, because there is no defense for the walk. And that is what got, you think about Adames with the base hit, then the walk to Bowers, and then the big blast.
Yeah. It's not age that turns the hair gray for managers, it's walks. And there's a strike, 3-1. It drives them crazy, as you referenced.
Just nothing that you can do about it. Everything's already out of your control anyway, or most of it. And then when you see that, you're just like, I can't help you. I cannot help you.
And another walk. Back-to-back walks here. Choi will head to second. Pham up to first. 4 walks in the game. MLB TV now available at a lower price. For $49.99, watch every out-of-market regular season game. Plus, get a free subscription to MLB at BAT Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this special offer. Well, the conference on the hill, Roger McDowell out there, the pitching coach for the Orioles. Last 10 pitches, 8 have been out of the zone for Bundy. And McDowell trying to talk him back into the zone.
This has been a long meeting.
So long that Field and Colbert has gotten involved and stayed there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't come out there and immediately break it up. Maybe he had some pointers.
Yeah. Well, here's Joey Wendell. Well, the Rays coming into this game have had their issues with Baltimore. They're 8-8 against a team that is 41-99. Wendell. Ground ball. VR, Valera, first base, safe there. They get a force at second. And the inning will continue.
That's got to be a double play. And I'm sure that the 2 middle infielders for the Orioles are thinking the same thing. That was tailor-made for a double play, but everything just took a tick too long, and Joey Wendell credited him with hustling up the line. It's the way you do it. You extend the inning. Now a ball in the dirt. Maybe you score another run, get a base hit, score another run, but all of that hustle there, and see if the Orioles want to take a look, because it was close.
Well, apparently they do. So we'll see if the inning will continue or if it will end. So the call, safe at first. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. When that ball was hit, you fully expect that to be a double play to end the inning.
I think it was a combo. The sense of urgency, you didn't feel it right off the bat, and Joey Wendell from the left side getting out of the box and hustling like he did. Here it is, the story. Ooh, may not go well for the Rays. They may have pulled it off.
Have to get the eraser out in the scorebook again.
Yeah. Well, that one at least you're blocked off by Mancini's foot. The other angle that we just showed did not look promising.
The Orioles infield took a look at the video board here, and they each had taken a couple of steps toward their dugout, but no decision coming down just yet. And just in case, Bundy's going to take a couple warm-up tosses on the mound with Wins slipping back behind the plate. Here we go. Something's up. Oh, it's going to be safe.
Wow.
How about that?
That's why you can never tell.
Yep.
I mean, you could never tell. The guy makes a judgment call out there. They go to video. It looks like you've got pretty clear and convincing that he's out, and yet.
Yep. Well, they fooled us.
Yeah, they
Somewhere, I mean, clear and convincing is there or not. And we weren't sure if we could find it.
apparently it's different for everybody too, because we see some of those
Yeah,
come
they
back
couldn't
quick.
find it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that one, the camera angle that we showed, that would have been, if I'm sitting in New York, easy, done, innings over.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier, so the inning will continue. Men at first and third, 2 outs. And he takes a look at that one low. He bunted his way on the first time. Well, Kevin has had a nice little run going and added to it with the bunt. Coming out of Toronto, 6 of 10 in that series. 7 of his last 13. That makes him 8 of 14 now with that bunt single. Foul right back. Well, it seemed as if it was going to take him forever to get back to 200. And he made a little charge there and then fell back again. And now he's up to 215 right now. Pitch up and he fouls it back.
Oh, that's got to take so much pressure off. You know, being below 200 has to weigh on the mind so heavily. And now that you've gotten over there and you've got some wiggle room, you're swinging the bat well, now the confidence got to be sky high. And that goes a long way into determining the results when you're out there and believe and know that you're going to get it done.
He takes off and the pitch smug on. Drive into deep right field near the line. And that ball is fair and gone. Right down the line to the pole. Joey and Wendell score in front of him. Kiermaier has belted a 3-run home run. Home run number 7 for Kiermaier, and here it is.
A hanging slider. He said every mistake you've got to try to take advantage of that's out over the plate. And that was a cement mixer that Kiermaier was able to keep just fair.
So a homer off the pole. Now here's Adames hitting one toward the line and right on the move to get there. Joey Rickard takes the fly ball to retire the side. But the Rays have hit a pair of 3-run home runs and have a 6-0 lead. In the third inning, and the Rays now lead 6-0. That homer, the only hit given up by Bundy in the third, but boy, it came after a couple of walks. So on to the fourth, and here's Joey Rickard taking the first pitch for a strike as he shortened on the bat.
You know, and how about this? Taking advantage of a couple of walks, and whether or not we agreed with the decision, who cares? The hustle of Joey Wendell, creating enough doubt to beat that play out and extend the inning. That's 3 more runs.
It certainly is an interesting point, because he did, as he always does, he busted it down the line, made the play so close he got it called safe to begin with, and apparently couldn't find clear and convincing evidence that he was out. So the inning continued, and the Rays and Kiermaier made the most of it. Now 1-2 here on Rickard.
You just don't see these guys giving up on innings. You know, the previous inning it was 2 outs and nobody on, and they pumped in 3.
And the strikeout of Rickard. It's number 6.
Speaking of pumping it in, how about that fastball once again at the top of the strike zone? He is finding that area to be fertile ground with the heater. Just cannot get up there.
Jonathan VR. He had a prolonged at bat in the first inning and came up with a base hit. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Yeah, the numbers, when we talk about the Rays being 8-8 with Baltimore, and the offensive numbers of the Rays pitching staff for Baltimore, pretty impressive in that season series. And I think what we've seen with Snell tonight, a lot of his secondary pitches and that fastball, he'll take them up out of the zone most of the time with it. There's a base hit. VR's on for the second time, because his other outing against the Orioles didn't fare that well.
No, he had got knocked out of that game early, had given up. That was the 17-1 game, 5 runs and I don't know, a little over 3 innings, gave up 6 hits. The interesting thing, all 6 of the hits were given up on the fastball, and so it doesn't mean you're going to shy away from it. By the way, you shouldn't. You're throwing 97, 98. That better play heavily into the mix. But what he's done is he's put it in really good spots, really concentrated on up in the zone primarily, and then the secondary pitches off of that.
Starts Mancini up, who does not chase. A ball, no strikes. Well, the Rays had allowed 102 runs in the season series this year coming into this game, and 32 home runs. 32 home runs in the season series. Chopped to short, charged by Adames. He'll take the play to first, a little high, but right down on the bag comes Bowers. VR moves up to second base. That's 32 homers. They had averaged 6.38 runs a game. And there's the breakout, rounded off to 6.4. So that's 2 home runs a game in the season series, and 5 games with 15+ hits off this Rays staff.
Outlier. I mean, this
really
is a team that's struggled all year, but again, you go back to the way that the Rays have pitched them, and you know they had some guys in their lineup with proven track records and some thump that could handle a heater, and you know, they put together their best games of the season against this Rays pitching staff, which, by the way, that not easy to do,
especially in their ballpark. In Baltimore, 10 games in Baltimore, the Rays were outscored 84-51. I mean, there's some offense going on in those games there. 25 home runs hit by Baltimore in the season series in Baltimore.
There you go. Well, that's 2.5 per.
Yeah.
Wow.
Strike the count on Beckham, the DH. Pitch fouled back.
Yeah, that's
7 from Snell.
That's one of those things about this game that make it so interesting. You can look back at that grouping and look at those numbers, and sometimes it's hard to figure out why.
Yep.
I mean, you really would have to dig deep to see why that would happen, because the Orioles have not been able to do that against any other team in the union.
Did he go? He did not on the appeal. It's 1-2.
And you're not talking about some mediocre pitching staff.
Yeah, that's right.
Take a look.
It's pretty close.
He's at least knocking on that door.
Yeah. He rang the doorbell and then ran away.
Well, hopefully you didn't step at anything when you went out to check.
2 outs. VR, the runner, at second. Just a little piece of that one to stay alive.
Before or after it bounced?
Yeah.
I mean, that was close.
Let's take a look. It's close.
Oh, yeah.
Contact and then the bounce.
Heater at the shoulders, middle of the plate. See in the bottom of the 4th.
And he did not go. Just a bit up out of the zone and no chase. Great minds thinking alike there.
It's fun to pitch with Blake stuff.
It's 2-2 now to Beckham. The count's going to be full. Well, the pitch count up to 70 for Blake. How about this? Bundy has made 23 pitches in each of the first 3 innings. And now Blake here in the 4th with 70. Nunez on deck. And a liner into right. That's going to be caught by Smith. Positioned well, got a nice read on it, made the catch. Man left, 6-0 Rays. Brought to you by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. By Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. By Simply Healthcare. Live the Simply life. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Leading it off for the Rays, Jake Bauers pops it foul, and a long run that's going to fall just in front of the bullpen bench. So Bauers will get another chance. That had some hang time on it there. Vic drew the walk in front of the home run in the second inning. Shufo's first big league home run. 1-1. Rays had 3 runs, 3 hits in the second, 3 runs, 1 hit in the third. A roller to the right side. Mancini, Bundy's going to cover. It is there in time. So Bauers retired. Nick Shufo with the home run in the second inning. Another look as he turned on that 1-0 pitch.
Pretty swing. Prettier result. Mosh pit.
Yep, there's the cheering section right there.
Wait, could you imagine what arrest this could have made off with while all that was going on?
Oh, yeah. We'll have to check with him, see if he'll share. Potato chips, some cookies.
Listen, anything to get you through the game.
Yeah.
Need some fuel, sometimes halfway through. Well choreographed right there.
And now he's way up in the count. 3-0. And a walk on 4 pitches, and the Rays catcher will head to first. It's the 5th walk given up by Bundy. The Rays did not get him in the first, but 3 in the second, 3 in the third. Now a 1-out walk in the 4th. And that will get the top of the order, Malik Smith, to the plate. Strike 1. Malik's caught looking in the first inning and then grounded out to second in the second, hitting .301 right now. Malik's 8th in the American League in hitting. One ball, 2 strikes out in front of the off-speed pitch right there. Two, 1 on, 1 out. Rays and the Orioles again tomorrow night. Game an hour earlier. Into left center field. That's going to send Andrioli on the move, and he makes the catch at the track. He had a nice angle on that one. That ball for a moment appeared as if it might fall in there, and the Orioles left fielder runs it down. Two outs with a runner at first. And Matt Duffy, who has been called out on strikes and hit a fly ball to center, is now the hitter. He looks at a strike around the knees. Last time out for Bundy, a no decision in 5 1/3 against Kansas City. Pitch in on Duffy, pops it up foul. Mancini with room in front of the dugout makes the catch. No runs, a walk, a man left. We go to the 5th. 6-0 Tampa Bay. Strike out 10 hitters in this game. Visit CanesStrikeout.com for a printed home voucher. Take the Canes furniture within 7 days and receive a coupon for 2 free tacos and chips at participating area Tijuana Flats locations. Restrictions apply. Renato Nunez leads it off here in the 5th. Pitch is high. Out first base unassisted his first time. And that's strike one, 1-1. See 6 strikeouts in the game for Snell. He's given up 3 hits, no walks. Approaching the mid-70s in pitch count. Throws that one right by Nunez. Andrioli is on deck. Two and two. Nunez had been with the Texas organization. The Orioles got him on waivers. There's a high fly ball deep to left down the line. That ball is a foul ball. He had home run distance, but it's foul. Nunez trying to wish it fair, and he's about 4/5 of the way down the line at first and wanted to just refuse to believe it was foul.
Well, C.B. Buckner, the third base umpire, is on that call. He is straddling the line, and Buck Showalter out there to talk with Field and Colbert. I think they want to take a look at it perhaps or get everybody together, but C.B. Buckner definitively had that ball foul, and he had the best angle, so I don't see how anybody's talking him out of it. Maybe Colbert has something to say. Take a peek. Blake's like, hey, it's foul ball.
Yeah, Blake said, I could tell from here.
It's called strike 2.
You could see Nunez, and he was way down, probably 10 or 12 feet from first base, looking longingly down there as if it's got to be a home run. I hit it so high and so far, but it's a foul ball.
You don't often get that kind of contact off Blake Snell, so you want something to show for it.
Yep. So a foul ball it is. Nunez leading off the 5th. It's foul right back. Blake, so far his high pitch count inning, the first when he made 22, struck out the side, gave up a base hit, and had an extended at bat by VR. VR single. There's another foul ball out of play. And Nunez was after a new bat now, split the handle. And tomorrow night the Rays and the Orioles at 6:10, and Sunday it's a day game at 1:10. Former Ray Alex Cobb will pitch for Baltimore in that game. Rays have Baltimore in, then Cleveland and Oakland, and the Rays with an outside shot at that second wild card spot, but a lot of things that have to fall into place. There's ball 3. But as long as there's mathematical hope, some of these Rays are going, look, we're going to go out and play to win. I mean, they're going to go out and play to win anyway, but they have a little extra with that in mind. There's a broken bat, fly ball short left in a hurry. Here comes Pham, and he makes the catch. So the last 2 pitches went through 2 bats, and Nunez is out number 1.
That's a rough at bat. You're that close to a homer. You miss out on it. You break that bat. A couple pitches later, you break the next bat. On a soft fly to left, you're out. Not a good night.
Yep.
Study it. That will be headed off.
Just tape it.
There you go.
Let's get some tape.
Have we ever gotten word on when that study was going to be concluded?
I don't think we have.
I mean, this is going on like 7 years.
They want to make sure that they have enough evidence and enough information. That's a strike to Andrioli. They have 3 or 4 warehouses full of broken bats by now. All catalog.
Easily. Oh, yeah. Got to be authenticated. The little sticker.
Upstairs. 97 high, and it's 1-2. That's is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a full count. Fifth full count tonight. Mid-80s in pitch count. Fouls this one. Andreoli was in the Seattle Mariners system, and the Orioles claimed him off waivers. Two got it. Fastball 96 up and by him. Strikeout number 7. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th.
Well, it took him a little bit, but finally able to get him to go after that fastball. Andreoli trying his best to shorten the swing to get there, and even so, couldn't do it. He's just trying to flick that ball out there, and it beats him.
Well, here's Valera, very big. Valera, he takes a strike. Valera saw some time with the Dodgers. 20 games, hit a little over 170. 2. He was part of the Manny Machado deal. 5-for-1 deal. To Norfolk, their AAA club, and got the call when calendar turned to September. It's a bouncer foul. Top half of inning 5, opening game of the series with the Orioles. Blake Snell after win number 18 tonight. And he takes care of Valera. Another fastball. Strikeout number 8. We're headed into the bottom of the 5th. Rays leading this one 6-0. For a little ice cream break. What could be better than that?
Nothing. Nothing. Friday night.
Yep.
It's got the weekend.
That's right.
You're killing a Sunday out of a Rays helmet.
Yep. Two great looking caps.
Bedazzled. All bedazzled up.
Sean Gilmartin, the lefty, the new pitcher. First pitch to Choi. Ji-Man Choi, the left-handed hitter, facing the southpaw. 1 strike the count. He's quickly down, 0-2. Couple of walks tonight for Choi, hitting in the 3rd spot. Two. Martin, one of those lefties. Fastball, sub 90. Slider, fastball.
Yeah, limited action here with the Orioles. More walks than strikeouts.
And a check, says CB Bucknor right there. 2-2.
Let's take a look. Breaking ball down and away, and CB all over it.
Right on the money there.
It's 2 for 2 tonight.
Ground ball. Backhanded stop. Mancini throw to first. Out the call with Gilmartin over there to cover. Choi thought he had a base hit. Immediately wanted them to take a look at that play.
Yeah, anything that's close, I agree. But I will tell you something. What a play by Mancini, Dwayne. Now, what was better, the diving stop or the throw from down? Now you got to hit a running target from your knee. Little flip right there, and it was right on the money to Gilmartin. Got to lead him to the bag.
Well, Choi was going to stay out there. Boy, that's close. Stayed out there to the very last moment, hoping that was a hit. Hey, a hit's a hit.
And he's had a lot of them lately. And he's going to go down there and I don't know who he's going to talk to first. Either Kevin Cash for not red lighting or right back up into the video room.
Tommy Pham on the first pitch hits this one a ton to center field, and that ball is gone. Pham jumped all over that one. Hit it right over the 404 mark and against the back wall. That's his 17th home run on the year, and will extend his hitting streak to 11. It's a 7-0 ball game. I mean, that was a launch.
Hangers get destroyed.
Coming right at you. Getting a 107 off the bat on the home run to center. It's a ball to Wendell.
How about this for an interesting stat? You mentioned that 11-game hitting streak now. Do you realize that in 9 of the 11 games during this hitting streak that Pham has driven in at least 1 run? I mean, that's, you're talking about consistent production, but then, you know, and he had 2 games where he didn't drive in a run, but in one of those 2 games he scored 2 runs.
There you go.
So every night he is factoring in the scoring, not just keeping a streak alive. Pretty impressive.
To this point, he's turning out to be what the Rays hoped and thought they were getting in that deal. Rickard takes care of the fly ball by Wendell. 2 gone. Well, we mentioned all the home runs the Orioles hit off Rays pitching up in Baltimore, and the Rays kind of turning the tables on them here. Look at that. The Rays are 13-4 with Pham in the lineup. And he just belted a long home run to center field. Kevin Kiermaier hit a 3-run homer in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes. 1. Two and 1. Flips it into left for Andrioli. He's got it. Rays are out in the 5th, but they pick up 1 on the Bam by Pham. Home run to center. We are through 5. 7-0 Rays. Seven runs, 5 hits. Braves have drawn 5 walks, so they've made all of that count. And as we move into the 6th, 92 pitches for Blake Snell with 8 strikeouts, giving up 3 hits. And the first pitch strike to Austin Wynns, the catcher. Wynns singled in the 3rd. Base hit to center. The Rays have Kiermaier in center and shaded toward right center, and Alex Smith toward the line and right. There's a chase. The off-speed pitch had him out in front.
Boy, he has had this lineup off balance all night. You know, picking the right counts for off speed, mixing enough of that in, climbing the ladder with the fastball, giving them different looks, working different parts of the zone.
Now Blake has 5 scoreless innings in tonight, so at the moment his ERA is 1.95, which gives him the ERA lead in the American League. 17-5 coming into this game. And he picks up the strikeout on Wynns. That's number 9.
Think about the last 3 pitches of that at bat. A 1-1 changeup away, and then you come with a fastball above the zone, and then you followed up with this curveball below the zone. I good luck covering all of that. Well, they haven't. That's the point.
Nine strikeouts. So 97 pitches. Mullins. Cedric Mullins has struck out, grounded into a double play. 1-0 the count. Rays Get some action in the bullpen with Jamie Schultz, the right-hander, up. Ground ball. That's the right side from short right. Wendell with a wide throw. It gets by Bowers. Shufo's there to back it up, and that's going to be a base hit. Boy, what a play that would have been. It's a base hit, as it turns out. The 4th for the Orioles.
You know, Joey's ranging far to his left. You see him already positioned up the middle. Far to your left. Now you've got to spin and throw quickly. He ends up just pulling the throw with him and ends up a little bit too wide of Bowers. How about the hustle of Nick Shufo in backing that play up as the catcher, up and out of the crouch, and guess who's there to clean up the mess? And that's the guy behind the plate.
Yeah, that's great to see. 1 on, 1 out. Joey Rickard. Pitch is a strike to him. A couple of strikeouts for Rickard tonight. With this action in the bullpen, there's Schultz. Right now, on the year, it's 156, 157 innings for Blake Snell right now. He's ahead in the count. He had a little over 173 innings last year between Durham and the Rays. Stopped there by Shufo. A ball and 2 strikes. Wide, 2-2. Briar's on deck. Blake's last outing in Cleveland. It's just over 100 pitches, 101. And a high fly ball to deep left. Pham's going to look up and watch this one sail out of here. So Rickard hits a 2-run home run. Boy, he continues to feast off Rays pitching, and after striking out twice, hits a 2-run blast on the 104th pitch of the night by Blake Snell. That makes it 7-2, and it will get Kevin Cash up and out of the dugout and on his way to the mound. So Blake Snell, with 104 pitches in 5 1/3 innings, will depart, allowing 2 runs and leading 7-2. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. From the Florida Lottery, a new spin on a classic, loaded with prizes from $10,000 to $2 million. Unleash the excitement anytime. The Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Claim it. Schultz, the new pitcher, and Blake Snell departs after 5 1/3.
Well, Blake Snell, his offense did him some wonders, getting him some early runs today, and it was pitching backwards a lot for Blake here tonight. Did a nice job of mixing in some off-speed early, closing with the fastball late. Kept that fastball out over the plate, but most of the time up at the top of the zone. Played the curveball off of that very well. You know, sprinkled in a couple of changeups. Didn't see too many sliders, but overall another nice night by Blake. Did run some deep counts, and that's what ends up getting him out of this game. The pitch count, and after 5 1/3.
Schultz starts VR with a strike, 1 out, bases empty, 2 runs in. Well, Blake at one point took over the lead in ERA at 195, and the 2 runs here in the 6th will take that back up to 206 right now. 2 strikes.
Well, didn't walk anybody, and you punch out 9. Does not look too thrilled either. You know, he's gotten to the point that he really expects and wants to be out there late. You know, 5 1/3 and 2 runs going to leave a bitter taste. He's not happy at all.
Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right about that.
Well, you love it. You
Yes.
love it. You know, his team in a position to win this game.
Adames taking care of that, and Bauer's taking care of it on the receiving end. Nicely done to get VR.
Yeah, a little help from your friends. Willie Adames cranking that throw, and Jake Bauer's a nice backhanded scoop.
Two gone, bases empty for Trey Mancini. Ooh, there's a foul ball right off Shufo's mask. Well, 104 pitches tonight for Blake. It was most since the 7th of July when he pitched against the Mets in New York. Made 112 pitches in that game. High pop foul. That will be out of play. 2 strikes.
Let's take a look at the pitch selection. Fastball, curveball did lead the way, sprinkled the changeups. Just said we didn't see too many sliders, only 3 of them. I wonder how many of the 54 fastballs were designed to be or at the top of the strike zone or just above.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, yes. I like that count.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think the other thing that was we were talking about Blake, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. There's a lot of guys that would be thrilled with that
Yes.
out. Very happy. Blake, that's not good enough for him anymore.
Yep.
Not good enough.
And as you said, you have to like that.
Yeah, I mean, he has set the bar high and expects to get there every time he takes them out.
You know, you get that feel from this club. You know, from guys who've been around a few years to the young guys, which is a great sense to have on any team, and really nice to see it develop here.
Yeah. Expectations. We expect to do well. We expect to win.
And a cut in the miss. Mancini's out of there. 10 strikeouts for Rays pitching, 9 belonging to Snell. 7-2 Rays. Second inning when Nick Schufo belted his first big league home run. 3-run shot to right. Kevin Kiermaier with 2 outs in the third hit the foul pole down the right field line, and a 3-run shot. Not to be denied, Tommy Pham off the back wall in center field over the 404 marker. And Blake Snell taking care of 5 1/3 with 9 strikeouts, not walking anybody. It's 7-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Willie Adames leads off against the left-hander Sean Gilmartin. A 1-for-2 night for Adames with a run scored. There's a strike called by Fielding Colbert. Adames has the average up to 260 right now. 260 after a good month of August and a good start to September. At the end of July, he was at 196. July 29th, hitting 196. So he's up to 260 now in a little over a month. 2-2. Full count. Second full count Adames has worked tonight. Jake Bauers on deck. And strike 3 call.
That one caught it caught me up here in the booth. That snappy little breaking ball. Watch this one. Starts off the plate away, and here it comes quickly at the end.
Yeah, you're thinking walk.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, it's a strike.
and yes, by the time the your knees buckle and you realize it bat's over.
Jake Bauers rolls it off his foot. Foul ball, strike 1. Bauers walked back in the 2nd inning, scored on the Schufo home run. Now he's down in the count, 2 strikes. The catcher on deck. Homer in a walk tonight for Nick, which is high. 1-2. Rays picked up 6 runs off Bundy and 1 off Gilmartin. Pham tagged Gilmartin. He's had those 7 runs on just 5 hits. Hits are even 5 apiece. 3 of the 5 hits for the Rays home runs. 5 walks helping out. 2-2 now. Dylan Bundy started. Sean Gilmartin took over in the 5th. And now it's a full count. Gilmartin out of the Cardinals organization. He'd been at Memphis, their AAA club, and he walks Bauers.
Well, Dwayne, the big story is the big matchup between the Astros and the Red Sox at Fenway. And Garrett Cole right here is going to give one up. A hanger. Bogarts, bottom of the 4th. That would extend the Red Sox lead to 2-0. David Price on the hill for Boston, and right now has a shutout working, as you see, into the 6th inning. So he is 6 complete, just giving up the 1 hit. Clash of heavyweights in that one.
Yeah, that could be a preview.
Yes. Yes.
Shufo pitches a strike. I mean, we really think about it. You get to the postseason, you don't know what's going to happen, but you could really make the case. It could come down to that.
Yep. I mean, you throw the Indians in that mix. You assume, you know, the Yankees are going to be there, although what kind of shape are they going to be in when it finally starts?
Hey, base hit to left by Shufo. Against the lefty, nice job. Hit the home run his first time up. Goes the other way against the lefty here in the 6th. He's on 3 times now with a homer, walk, and a single the opposite way.
And you do a guy a favor, you leave that ball up and away, and he just needs to get the barrel out there. You're obviously seeing the ball well tonight, in a good frame of mind, using the other side of the field. Down the line, right down the line, and then shoot the ball the other way, like you said, off the lefty. It's a nice night.
Malik Smith takes the pitch away. See Malik's with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly ball. Sitting at even 300 now. He takes a fastball. 1-1. Ahead, 2 balls and a strike. Coming into this game, Malik's against left-handed pitching, hitting .353. 24 out of 68. And that's a strike to square the count. Gil Martin, one of the new faces here on this Baltimore roster with all the deals they've made. Ground ball, foul. See another pitch on 2-2.
You know, not unlike a lot of other teams that we've seen here with the Rays, that you just wonder, you know, they're wondering who's going to be a part of the solution. You know, in some rebuilds, a lot of different guys are going to get looks, especially now that you're talking about September and you can expand the roster. Uh-oh, yeah. So you got to make those plays clean, or you're accused of, might as well have the glove on your foot. That's where the ball's getting to.
Ground ball, third. Nunez takes it down to second. They get the out there. And Bowers moves to third. 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Matt Duffy's due up, and Buck Showalter makes a walk to the mound. We're going to see another Baltimore pitcher. The left-hander Gil Martin will depart. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. You by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. We continue on with the bottom of the 6th inning at Tropicana Field. Ryan Meisinger is the new pitcher, righty in to face Matt Duffy with men on the corners. 0 for 3 nights so far for Matt Duffy. There goes Malix off first. He's going to be safe at second. It's going to be a steal, his 29th of the year. And it's a 1-0 count on Duffy.
Boy, huge lead by Malix. Good jump. Boy, he's going in zero contention.
Is low, 2-0. Couple men in scoring position right here. Singer with a step back. He's inherited a couple of runners. Foul ball. The dirt and skipping toward the backstop. Meisinger had been at Norfolk. Saw some major league action at the end of June. It's taken the other way, out of play. The count goes to 2-2. Duffy with 55 opposite field hits. He tops the major leagues, shares that. Top there with the 55 hits the other way. Benintendi over in Boston has 55 to left. Duffy with 55 to right. And he's worked the count full. Choi on deck. Into the dirt. It's blocked by Wins. And the Rays will load the bases. They're loaded for Choi.
Well, nowhere to put him, so Meister's going to have to come out over the plate. G-Man Choi's been swinging the bat well. Buck Showalter watching the happenings.
Choi, 2 walks and a ground out. Pitch is a strike. High shot, deep into right center. That baby is gone. Deep into the seats. Grand slam for Choi. G-Man Choi, greeted by Bowers, Smith, and Duffy. His 7th home run of the year, and that makes it 11-2. Let the dancing begin.
I mean, think about it. 3-run shot by Shufo. You get another 3-run shot in this ball game. A grand slam. You talk about making them count.
Here's Pham lifting a fly ball into center. That's caught out there by Mullins, but the Rays score 4 on the grand slam off the bat of Choi. It's 11-2.
And he does not disappoint. This ball off the bat, you knew it was gone. Grand slam, culminating a night of a 3-run homer by Schufo, a 3-run homer by Kiermaier, a solo shot by Tommy Pham, and then the grand slam. And for a team that doesn't hit a whole lot of homers, Wayne, making them count here tonight.
Count indeed, and a big smile by Choi, his second career grand slam. One earlier this year with the Brewers against the Phillies. 7th inning underway. Beckham sends a fly ball to center. Kiermaier handles that. 1 away.
By the way, how's it going? Good thing there was an off day yesterday, because our guy Ozzie Timmons is getting wore out, and here he is again.
Absolutely. How about that?
Got a ways to go.
More production. Getting ready.
Had a recovery day yesterday.
Yes, it was just Nunez. Pitch is a strike. Well, the first out was recorded on 1 pitch, so I hope that he gets more than maybe a 4-pitch inning in here to do all this hard work. 0-2 now on Nunez.
Well, at minimum, it's going to be 40.
Yep.
Should have a little counter going.
Just foul the other way. We're going to have to find some strongman competition this offseason for Ozzie. I mean, with all this extra work, I mean, he's building up some strength there.
Oh, yeah. Anything for the team.
That's right. I mean, there's a team player. Whatever it takes. Rays have 11 runs on 7 hits. 4 of those home runs, accounting for all of the runs. And strike 3 called on Nunez. Well, Schultz, who got the final 2 outs in the 6th, has retired the first 2 here in the 7th. A couple of strikeouts and the 4 men to face him so far. Andreoli up here. Twice was victimized via the strikeout by Blake Snell. Fastball foul back. Luis Ortiz has been up in the Baltimore bullpen. And a strike, upper reaches of the zone. There he is. And so Ortiz would be making his major league debut. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two to the Orioles left fielders upstairs. 2-2. There's a base hit moving out of the way. Nick Lenz, the umpire, into center, and Kiermaier gets that ball back into the infield in a hurry. And Rioli with a 2-out single.
Number 28,
Breyvic Valera.
Yeah, and you know what he's telling right now? And you saw Kiermaier there motioning in. He's telling Willie Adames that he doesn't want him cutting that ball off. He wanted that to one-hop Joey Wendell, who was standing on the bag, and the throw was going to be on the bag. And he's telling Willie Adames, do not cut that ball off next time.
You never know when you for sure got something going.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's getting over there in the gap to cut that ball off and get it in as quickly as possible in case Andreoli or anybody else is going to try to get into second base. So watch this. He's going to get over, cut it off, and then throw it. I mean, like an infielder. And Willie cuts it off. And then afterwards, he's going, no, you don't cut that off. Why, here, I want Wendell to short hop it. Why, right here. Well, this is where he's telling him not to do it. And then he's like, yeah, see, let Wendell short hop. Don't cut my throws off. I love the dismiss at the end.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Go back to shortstop. You make your plays in there, I'll make my plays out here.
We had there was a failure to communicate. Took care of that. 2-2 now the count. And a pop fly back into left will carry to Pham. He makes the catch. A hit the man left, no runs. 7th inning stretch time at Tropicana Field. 11-2 Rays. Season here tonight Our Geico great moment was on this date in 2011. The Rays won their 1,000th game in the walk-off by Desmond Jennings against the right-hander from the Texas Rangers, Mark Lowe. In the bottom of the ninth, Rays, the wild card team in 2011. It surprised a few folks. Talking about the long shot the Rays have now. Still alive, and who knows? Luis Ortiz will make his major league debut. He faces Joey Wendell, and the pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes.
The one thing that we do know is if they are going to make this interesting at the end, they've got to take care of their business.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're doing here tonight. That's all you can control is the one game in front of you. And so tonight, sending a loud and clear message that Baltimore, you had better be ready to play, because we certainly will be.
Sharply hit past Mancini up the right field line. Wendell's going to get extra bases. He'll stop at second with a double. His 23rd of the year and his first hit tonight. So Joey Wendell's in scoring position.
Fastball in, get quick. And Wendell is able to smoke that ball and get it right underneath the dive, underneath the glove of Mancini.
Andrew Velasquez will now pinch hit for Kevin Kiermaier. First time to see Velasquez here at Tropicana Field. We saw him on the road. He's capable of playing a number of positions. He runs well, good defender. And on to pinch hit right now. Oh, 2. Well, in 2011, the Rays are in a similar spot with 23 games left. Find themselves on the outside looking in with hey, there's a liner and a base hit for Velasquez. Wendell's going to go to third and will stop right there. And the Rays with men at first and third here. Velasquez coming up with that base hit and a pinch hit roll. That'll bring a smile to his face. Velasquez picking up that first big league hit. That'll be authenticated. Immediately that bench was calling for it. And of course, there's always hijinks going on a first hit on the bench.
They're preparing a fake ball to give to him. Chicken grease all over it, some ketchup.
Well, Schupo hit his first home run tonight. Velasquez picks up his first hit. Here is Willie Adames taking a pitch outside, 1-0.
And not an easy one to get, you know, down on the count, 2 strikes. He gets a pretty good changeup by Ortiz. He just did a great job of keeping his hands back. He gave himself a chance.
2-0.
Nunez, the changeup. See how he just gets out there, kind of. Yeah, knew it right off the bat. Knew it was going to clear second base.
A 3-0 count to Adames. And ball 4. And with that, the bases are going to be loaded with nobody out. A 4-pitch walk to Adames. Jake Bowers heads to the plate. Roger McDowell will head to the mound. With Luis Ortiz in trouble in his major league debut. You know, the Rays 8 games behind the second wild card spot. In 2011, with 23 games left, they were 8 games behind the Red Sox with a record of 76 and 63. Rays 75 and 64 right now. And they finally, as we all know, managed to pass the Red Sox on the final day of the year. Here's Jake Bowers. Jake has walked twice, has scored 2 runs, officially 0 for 1. More action in the bullpen. Bowers waiting on the next pitch, and he pops it up. Right side, out goes VR on the infield pop. And that is the first out here in the 7th. Jeffrey Ramirez warms in the bullpen. Well, Nick Schufo's up now. He's homered, walked, and singled. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bounce that pitch. Down and in. Strike 1. Kittredge up in the Rays bullpen. Now 0-2 on the Rays catcher. So 3 for 11 now since joining the Rays from Durham. It's down around his feet, skips away from Wins, and down the line from third comes Wendell. The Rays pick up their 12th run. It's 12-2. Velasquez goes to third, Adames to second. The run scores on a wild pitch.
Take him any way you can get him.
So 2 men in scoring position. Schupo sends a fly ball toward the line, foul ball into left, down near the bullpen mound. Here's a tag at third. Velasquez heads to the plate, and he is safe. Got in there head first, away from the tag. Adames goes to third. And the Rays pick up another run, the 4th RBI of the night for Schupo.
A nice play all around. Andrioli, #1 for getting there with a lot of traffic. And the mound makes the catch, and then he makes a strong throw. Makes this play closer than I think both of us thought. Ooh, man, just in time.
Just did get in there.
You got to navigate the mound, all the bodies, throw over a coach, a bullpen catcher.
And you're right about the play and the throw Andrioli made. That was some play in heavy traffic in that bullpen. Anytime you start to hit the mound on the run, that's difficult and treacherous.
Yeah, I was going to say usually that's when you blow a wheel.
0-2 to Malik Smith.
Actually, you'd blow the tire, not the wheel. Wheel would be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe a little dented.
Yep. That's happened before.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Well, the Rays with a 13-2 lead. All 2 strikes. Choi with 4 runs batted in on the grand slam. Shufo with 4 runs batted in tonight. And scored on a wild pitch.
Good. That was the slider that went behind him. It went behind him and it was caught. You don't see that every day. It breaks behind him. Nice job by Winson getting to it too.
Here it is. This is unbelievable. Hello.
Well, maybe
how did that not hit?
Didn't it look like it redirected, like got a calf?
I thought it did.
It's the hit.
Ground ball. That is stopped by VR. Throw to first in time, says Conroy.
Let's see.
And Kevin Cass says, hang on. You know, for the sake of Malik Smith, they're going to have this looked at. And he was safe.
I'm saying safe.
Well, they're going to take a look at it. You know, Malik's trying to stay at or above 300. So, yeah, look at that. So now look at this here. Field and Colgrove and Chris Conroy in contact with New York. It's safe. Del Malik's, despite the great effort by VR, gets a base hit. Adames scores to make it 14-2. And on the infield hit, a run batted in for Malik Smith. The Rays pick up their 3rd run of the inning. And now Matt Duffy hits with Malik Smith aboard. 1-0. The Rays scored 3 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, a run in the 5th. 4 in the 6th, now 3 in the 7th inning. 2-0. Well, another test for Ozzie. 3 more runs in this inning.
Yes.
3-0. Telling you, we got to hook him up in a strongman contest this offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
he'll win.
Well, he's got a few more weeks of this too.
Yep. And a walk on 4 pitches. So Duffy heads to first, Smith up to 2nd. Buck Showalter heads to the mound. And Jeffrey Ramirez up in the bullpen. And so Ortiz will depart. Another call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by your local Honda dealers. Two-thirds of an inning for Luis Ortiz in his major league debut. He leaves with a couple of men on and 3 runs across the plate. Jeffrey Ramirez will replace him, making his 13th appearance. G-Man Choi bats. He's coming off the grand slam in the 6th. And ball 1. Rays have scored 14 runs on 10 hits.
I'd say efficient, extremely efficient.
Down and in. And they've also been granted 9 bases on balls.
Well, that's the thing. The one thing that we have noticed here tonight, it has not mattered who Buck Showalter has gone to, just have not had a good feel for the strike zone. Yep. I mean, missing badly. Yeah, how many 4-pitch walks?
Yep. And it's 3-0 here to Choi. Already the 2 walks in this inning were 4-pitch walks.
How many?
3-0 here.
And how many pitches meant for one side of the plate that end up completely on the other? So you're not missing just by a little bit. I mean, you're missing, wrong. It's been a disaster for Oriole pitching here tonight.
Choi fouls it away. Full count. So Brandon Lau on deck. 3-2, and there's another walk. Choi will head to first. Duffy up to second. Over to third. Malik Smith. Brandon Lau will hit in the place of Tommy Pham, who had walked and homered tonight. Lau and a pinch hit. Lau, after that slow start, has gotten hot. He's hitting .414 over his last 10 games. .258 for the year now. 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. On 1. Rays have scored 3 runs in this inning, picking up 3 hits and 3 walks. Lau takes ball 2, 2-1. Cut and a miss. Fastball takes the count to 2-2.
Brandon Lau is going for grand slam number 2 here tonight for the Rays. That was a big hack. Well, we've seen him out to center, to right,
and get great carry everywhere, to all fields.
Yeah. What was that, Cleveland? About it.
The foul ball keeps the count at 2-2. Ramirez, pitcher number 5. Bundy worked 4. Rays got 6 runs off the starter. Right now leading 14-2. Foul ball. Demands another pitch. 4 innings, 6 runs for Bundy. 3 runs, an inning and 2/3 for Gilmartin. Meisinger a couple runs in a third. Ortiz charged with 3 runs and 2/3 of an inning. This is loaded right now, and a cut and a miss. So Lau's out of there. The Rays send 9 men to the plate, and they lead 14-2 after 7. Pitcher of the month of August. He was 2-1 with that 0.79 ERA and 5 starts between 2 levels. Obregon hitting .390. Also in 2 different levels, and at AA, Nick Solak, the Southern League Player of the Month for August, hitting .305 and leading the league in on-base percentage, slugging percentage. And in this game, we go to the 8th. It's 14-2. Andrew Kittredge in the game. Changes for the Rays. Velasquez is in center. Andrew Velasquez. Brandon Lowe's over in left, or Lau. Corbin Joseph at the plate, hitting in the place of Wins. This is Caleb's brother. Caleb and Corbin. One ball, 2 strikes. Not many times you see that. Brothers on the same team in the major leagues. Cut and a miss. Joseph out on strikes against Kittredge. And that's 1 away here in the 8th. It's 12 strikeouts for Rays pitching tonight. Snell had 9. Jamie Schultz a couple. In the inning and 2/3 he worked. Mullins sending one back into center, and Velasquez just short of the track calls that one in. So strikeout and a fly ball. Two up, two down. Joey Rickard makes his way to the plate.
Oh, that's, you're the Rays. That's what you want to see. You know, you've got some guys off their feet here tonight with the big lead, and Kittredge in the game. Be efficient, attack the zone, quick outs. Put this one behind you. G-men say I was responsible for 40 of those push-ups.
The strike to Rickard.
Maybe a few more tomorrow night.
Fly ball back toward right center. Malik Smith is there to make the catch. And a 1-2-3-8. Rays lead 14-2. After pinch hitting, Corbin Joseph stays on to play first base. Jace Peterson in there at second base, and we have a new catcher. Chance Cisco behind the plate. And there's Hunter Wood busy in the bullpen for the Rays. So it's 14-2, and Wendell, who led off the seventh, will lead off the eighth, this time facing Jeffrey Ramirez. And the pitch is a strike. The right side foul. Play. Wendell has a couple runs scored tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third, scored on the Kiermaier home run in the third, and then doubled to open the seventh inning, and that led to a 3-run inning. Andrew Velasquez will follow. Did Wendell go? He did not, says CB Buckner. It's 1-2. stays up. 2-2. And that is strike 3 for Wendell on the swing and miss. Second strikeout for Ramirez.
Well, let's take a look at our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game, fresh hit of the game, first hit of the game, first hit of his career. And how about Velasquez goes down and gets that changeup with 2 strikes, gets it out into right field. Joey Wendell applauding, everybody in that dugout happy for him, asking for the ball.
So Velasquez fouls this one away. Officially hitting .500 right now.
Now he wants that first multi-hit game.
Ball, 1 strike. One. Fastball missing up there again, up and away. And ball 4 is too high. Velasquez draws the walk. It's 11 walks given up by Baltimore pitching tonight. 6 from the bullpen and 5 by Bundy, the starting pitcher.
That's hard to fathom in a major league game. 11 walks. And by the way, we're 1 out into the 8th. 7+ innings.
Damas after the first pitch. High sky pop right there, and that ball just fair, caught by Joseph. 2 gone. Damas didn't let the count get that deep.
Selfish. Just take a few, you'd be on.
Here's Jake Bowers.
Well, they have taken advantage of a lot of those walks. They've made their hits count. What was it, 10 hits last time I checked. 4 of them left the building.
And the Rays have had a run scored, at least 1 run scored, from every spot in the lineup tonight.
Yes, they have. Wow. Well, that's getting contributions 1 through 9.
Bowers 0 for 2, but a couple walks and 2 runs scored. And ahead of the count, 2-0. (3-0). Everything all right?
I am doing my best.
I've been impressed by
trying to
you tonight.
Show some professionalism, because I'd love to lose it.
Here's the strike, 3-1.
But just
that's right. Two outs in the inning. And a 3-2 count here on Bowers, with Velasquez at first.
Wanting so badly to get one of those pitches out over the plate and just feel that sweet contact, where you just drill one and put this streak behind you.
Yeah, and it's really at the point where everybody is right there with him. And a ground ball headed to second. Peterson flips to first, and the Rays are out in the 8th. They leave one. We go to the 9th, 14-2.
Rays Live, the postgame, brought to you by WB Mason. Myself and Orestes will be breaking down all the runs scored and all the home runs, especially. Gentlemen, we have witnessed history tonight. First time in the Rays franchise history that they have 2 3-run homers and a grand slam in one game. We'll talk about that coming up on the postgame show.
All right, we'll look forward to that. A lot to talk over. The other side to this story with Blake Snell going 5 1/3, followed by Schultz, Kittredge, and now Hunter Wood. We talked about all the walks the Rays have drawn. The pitching staff has not walked anybody. The Rays pitching with 12 strikeouts and no walks tonight.
I hope you just didn't BA them.
Chance Cisco will lead off here in the 8th, and Hunter Wood just thought I'd take the chance.
You know what? Here's the thing. You know, if I said that, this would be a 4-pitch walk. Easily.
Tapper foul, 1-1. Cisco just took over behind the plate, going into the 3rd spot. Wave and a miss.
Good changeup.
Peterson, Jace Peterson is on deck. There's a cut and a miss. So Wood strikes out the first man he faces. And the Rays now have 13 strikeouts.
Now this is a focus group, you know, and you always feel when you got a guy like Blake Snell in the season that he's put together on the night, you know, it's one of those games where you come, you see who's pitching that night, and you're like, oh, we're going to win tonight. We're going to win hands down.
Well, it's 14-2 in the 9th.
Yeah.
It all came together.
Yeah. I mean, it puts guys in a good frame of mind. You know, you get excited about these games, too, where the Rays have the opener. Who's going to come in behind them? The bulk, you know, inning guys.
Yep.
How are we going to put that together and win that ball game? This is a very focused team right now, and understanding they've got a chance to make things really, really interesting here the last few weeks of the season.
Peterson goes for the fastball up.
And I think the simple fact that they get to play Oakland 3 games here really has them excited, because they feel that there's a sense of control that they have.
Yep. And a cut and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Breaking ball there.
Well, they've been sharp here tonight. Good with the fastball.
It's 14 strikeouts for Rays pitching without a walk.
Matching the number of runs they've scored. That's a good night.
Yes, it is. And here's Tim Beckham. 0 for 3. There's a breaking ball for a strike. Here's the other thing. On a night when every spot in the lineup for the Rays has scored, for Baltimore, every spot in the lineup has struck out tonight.
I knew it. I knew it. I was scanning my score sheet, which, by the way, is done complete tonight.
Very nice.
So far, I've kept
done.
up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had a feeling that's where you were going. You are all over it.
Well, this helps to counterbalance some of those games the Rays suffered through in Baltimore at the hands of this team.
Oh, the paybacks.
Yes, it is. 1 and 2. We talked about that earlier, about the offense the Orioles had put on the Rays up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Rays just turned it around here tonight.
I like it. You don't.
Good stuff.
But that's too bad because there's a couple more nights to go.
And a wave and a miss. That's going to end it. Rays pitching ends with 15 strikeouts. They win this game 14-2, 76-64 on the year. Blake Snell will get his 18th win. He is 18-5. Bundy, the loser, 7-14. Nick Schufo hit his first big league home run. Kiermaier hit one. Pham hit one. Ji-Man Choi, a grand slam. And it all took a crisp 3 hours and 5 minutes to give the Rays a victory here in the first game of this homestand. Rays Live, the postgame comes your way next. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. It's been fun tonight at the Trop. We'll see you tomorrow night. Now, Rays Live, the postgame.
Boy, baby.